Second question from Chris McCullough, Joyful Noise drummer. Okay, I have a question for Dom. I have a question about the unique way in which he sets up his kit. I have to say that I've never seen anywhere else a hi-hat set up quite the same. Not only the hi-hat, but also the way the China just sort of hangs there suspended in midair. Elaborating on all of this, how long or how much experimentation did it take to come up with this setup? And also, does he find himself still experimenting with the way the kit is set up?
Chris, right? Great question. You know, a drum set to me is my voice. And to learn my voice and to learn the skills of exactly what my instrument can do for me, so when I speak I'm comfortable in it, has taken years to develop. This is something which I always mention to my students, and with my global travels, doing different clinics, it's really about you finding out what is best for yourself. It's totally about you. And the only way to find out what works for you is to experiment non-stop with all different ideas. I learned to experiment, you know, probably in my 20s and 30s. I spent a good 2 decades of experimenting until finally in my later part of my 30s I kind of discovered my setup and my cymbal setup, both for drums and cymbals. So to me, my hi-hat cymbal now, because of playing open-handed, is much lower. So my hi-hat is equal to that of my snare drum. With my cymbal setup, I use 2 splash cymbals, 2 crash cymbals, 2 ride cymbals, 2 hi-hats, 14-inch, and of course 13s on this side, my Chinese HHX in this position, and of course the 18 and my 20-inch Chinese flat in this position. So I began to experiment by just where I would want, when I played, where I would want certain cymbals to sound, and then set them up with a boom stand and tried hundreds of different variety of ways, playing many different performances using them, until I finally found out that there was a certain positioning that worked best for me that could allow me to do all that I wanted to do in my playing. So I still experiment, although I haven't changed my setup in many, many years, but I may even use different types of Sabian cymbals. I love the HHX because of the modern dark sound that it gives, but I might play some HH series, the hand-hammered, which are more vintage dark sounds, and I might try some of the AAX or the AA, so I kind of experiment in what I'm using in the process. Some of the Dave Weckl Evolution and Legacy cymbals are absolutely brilliant. So within all that process, I'm constantly adding different sounds to what I do, but it really is a journey, it's a lifelong journey of fine-tuning your voice and your sound. So Chris, keep on going with it, have some fun with it, and mostly experiment and see where your sound is best suited for you. Great question.